the road I'm filled with promises. Truth is hard to bear, sometimes I'm told. Hope builds up as we grow old. Gravel road, send me an extra hello. Your whispers set on our soft. Greeting morning's gentle touch.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of UGUE Brothers Vlogs. Guys, we just had a fantastic live stream on the main channel. I was so excited. Everybody was so positive, which is such a really good thing to have as we're closing out this year. Forgive me if it's a little windy. I decided to come out here and enjoy the fire pit on this cold night here in Florida. I know a lot of you guys are scoffing at that because it's not like the 10s and the 20s, but it's like 50 something right now, and for Florida that's freaking cold. I've been here a long time, so I am loving the heat of this fire, and lucky enough to have a place with a cool fire pit. And evidently it doesn't really get used a lot because I get emails all the time about it, so I figured I'd come and sit by the fire, have a little chat with you guys about some things I've been thinking about, and about some things that are basically on my mind. These heart-to-heart talks, these direct lines, sort of directly from our mind, directly from our heart kind of talks, for some reason are extremely popular with you guys, which I'm glad, because it allows us to really connect and allows the opportunity for us to sort of get things off our chest, and allows an opportunity for you guys to really understand us and who we are, man. And the holidays are a tough time for Joe and I because, as many of you guys know, we don't really get the opportunity to see our kids like we'd like. I, at this point, have been going through a custody battle. Since I hired my attorney at the beginning of this year, and unfortunately, I don't have the pleasure of knowing where my son is at the moment, and that's tough. Christmas is coming up, and I haven't seen him in like 3 years, and it's just another Christmas without him. So I guess the first thing I like to say is, Aiden, baby boy, Daddy loves you, man. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about you, and I'm doing my very best to build something, build an empire where you can thrive, and just doing everything I do it for you, man, because you're a piece of me, and we're connected deeper than you'll ever realize. I love you so much, and I miss you so much, and one day I am going to get you back, and hopefully you'll look back at videos like this where we get a chance to talk to you and say things that I want to say to you now, and appreciate it. So just understand that I never gave up. I'm never going to give up. I will get you back, and I hope you really have, wherever you are, you're safe and you're happy, and you're going to have a wonderful Christmas. That's so important. And just know that I'm building something great for you. I'm going to leave a legacy behind that you can be proud of. Even if you decide not to do what I do, at least I'm able to show you that you can think outside the box and do things that in life that people would laugh at, and make success from that, because that's what I'm doing. Anyway, it's a sort of melancholy time for me, but this channel we've been doing YouTube now for 3 years. 3 years this January. We've been doing YouTube, Joe and I. We've gone through so much, we've done so much, and it's been a wild, crazy freaking experience, man. I tell you, there's nothing like it, man. When you finally decide to live life, you know, I talk about this all the time, where being appreciative that you're healthy and, you know, you're at least able to get up every day and stuff like that, there's a special place for that, and that's important. I'm a firm believer that's just not enough. And you got to get out there and live life in some way, shape, or form, you know. And I've had the pleasure to read a lot of the comments on this page, and, you know, a lot of you guys understand that as well. Many of you are, you know, tell me things like it's hard for you because you're shy, or you have a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, and unfortunately there's a lot of that going on in this day and age. And one of the biggest things Joe and I aim to do with this business that we have going on, this crazy thing called YouTube, this channel, both these channels we got going on, is to at least prove to you guys that it can be done and it's worth it. You know, it's a simple thing to go after your passions and decide to live life, but it is not easy, let me tell you. I mean, it is stressful, takes a lot of work, and sometimes you just feel like giving up. There's many times where Joe and I just kind of fall to pieces, you know, especially now because the channel grew so fast, you know. It grew faster than we even planned, you know, and it has become more than us. So there's a certain level of responsibility that gets placed on us that's heavy. It's a lot of weight, you know, and some days it can be tough, you know. Many of you guys watch Joe's heart-to-heart talk. That's a piece of it, you know, because every day we're struggling, and you know, it's one of the reasons why it's important to do things like that, because it humanizes us to you guys, ensures that you aren't putting us on some special pedestal where, you know, we're not real people when we really are. You know, we have doubts, we have struggles galore, let me tell you. You know, YouTube especially is not an easy life. It takes so much work to get anywhere in YouTube. And I know a lot of you guys have started trying it and let us know that we inspired you to get started. And that's wonderful. As long as you understand that it is a lot of work. And it takes a lot of patience and a lot of willingness to do crazy things. And you'll get a lot of negativity all the time. But you got to remember, if your dream and your reasons for doing it are strong enough, you can make it through. And our reasons for doing this are far more powerful than anything that could ever be done to either one of us. And that's why we can make it through, you know, because it's not easy. And I think sometimes we make it look like that, but it's, you know, but it's not, man. It's tough. The level negativity that comes through on a daily basis can be overwhelming. It's not a ton in comparison to like the positives, but the problem is negativity is so loud, you know. It's so rampant in this world, and I think the reason that is because we live in such a great time in life. I mean, this is probably the greatest time in the world to be alive. I mean, there's opportunity abound if you're willing to go for it. We have information galore at our fingertips, access to crazy things. So because of that, I think the world gets real petty and shallow, and which is sad, man, because I've realized in the years I've been here, life is so complex and deep, and there's so many levels to it, that if you live in the now, you live in the shallow, you live on the surface, you miss so much about life that's wonderful. And the other problem is that that's where negativity thrives. It's on the surface. I mean, most of us nowadays live our lives like that. You know? And that's a crazy thing, man. It's real unfortunate because you miss out on so much. And there's so much out there, man. If you really just take the time to look. And that's one of the things I'm doing on this channel is I'm taking you guys out there with me on adventures, you know, trying new foods, cultures, going to cool spots to hang out. You know, we're doing crazy things in the kitchen, and you know, you're just exploring everything that life has to offer. Not just with the abandoned, not just with the paranormal. That's important, that's great. There's so much more, though. There's so much more to us as people, Joe and I, that's missed. And it's what makes this channel so incredibly important. And I think it's really well received. It's a small channel, obviously, but we're growing. And just seeing the comments on the stuff that I've been doing. And, you know, obviously I talked about people that, obviously, some of you guys can't leave your house. Whether it be for health reasons, financial reasons, some of you guys have a ton of obligations. I get it. Those things are important, for sure. And that's why, you know, I'm going to take you guys out where I go, and you at least can experience it through me. But you still have to live in some way, shape, or form. And because if we don't, you know, we sort of get complacent. And then what you do is you start to take everything in that's negative, and you start to wall yourselves up. You know, I talked a little about in a previous video about how we wall ourselves up in our own prisons. It's not really life that puts you in a place. It's not the happenings that put you in a cell. It's you. Life just gives you the materials, really. People give you the materials. It's you that lock yourself up, wall yourselves up into a prison, and get stuck and get miserable and lonely. And humans aren't meant for that, man. See, it's the biggest issue, I think, is it's your responsibility. You know, my happiness is my responsibility. Your happiness is your responsibility, and that's a tough pill to swallow sometimes, because it's easier to blame everything else. It's easier to blame your upbringing, to blame your parents, to blame your friends, to blame people who did horrible things to you, to blame the situations that happened to you, to blame the crazy weather happenings, to blame anything and everything else. You know, but those are just excuses. And, you know, everyone's got excuses. Everyone's got you know, it's like buttholes. Everyone's got one. And if you don't, just wait 2 seconds and you will. But it's so worth it on the other side when you finally decide to take that key out and unlock that door and take the walk out. It's so worth it. I've realized the last 3 years, as stressful as it's been, just to be following my dreams, my passions, building something with my own hands that could potentially take me places in the world. I mean, first of all, I can't even wrap my head around it some days. It doesn't even make sense. It's so unbelievable. It's like a dream. It's almost not real. It's an indescribable feeling, the freedom that you get from finally deciding to be happy. Finally deciding to ignore everyone else. I mean, when I first started YouTube, when I first was trying to start YouTube, I tried to get so many people to go with me. You know? And people laughed. When Joe and I started YouTube, people thought it was a joke. Like it's just a hobby and we're never going to make anything of ourselves and it's embarrassing. And look at us now, man. We're traveling the country. Joe and I have seen things that most people would dream of. We've gone to crazy places. We've met awesome people. We've built a fan base that's crazy strong. And each and every one of you guys have just been awesome. And I've gotten to experience a lot through you guys as well. And that's something that's really special. It's something I'm never going to forget. And it all started from something tiny, you know. I just wanted to prove to myself and to my son that it's okay to do things that are outside the box, that people don't accept, that people will laugh at you for. Because if you believe enough in your vision and your dream and your passion, you can make it in this world, man. You can make it happen. And that's what we've done. That's what we've done. It's unreal, man. It is incredible. I mean, I looked at the numbers. Joe and I more than doubled our fan base. And our engagement is unreal. I mean, it's a higher percentage than even some of the bigger YouTubers out there. And I think the reason that is because we care so much about bringing forth that message for you guys and trying to inspire people to do what we did, take that risk and go after what they want in life and live, truly live, build a legacy so that one day when you're sitting on that deathbed and you're ready to go, you're truly ready to go without any regrets. You know, they say the most valuable place in this world is a graveyard, is a cemetery, because it's packed with dreams and inventions and aspirations that never came to light because people were so scared to do it. Not necessarily for the fear of failure, which that is a major thing, but more so I think the fear of truly being successful. Because success can be a burden if you're not ready, if you're not prepared. Because it's, like I said, it's a responsibility that you then have to carry. And it's such a shame. It's such a shame. So many people have given up and become complacent in the day-to-days, and they comfortable enough to waste the most valuable commodity in this universe, which is time. Time is the one thing that can never be bought back. It can never be refunded. And you don't even know how much you have. You're born with an account with a certain amount of time in it, and you never know when you're about to go bankrupt. And so many people waste so much time, including myself, man. I wasted tons of time on stupid things when I could have been doing this. You know, but I'm one of the lucky ones, man. I found my calling and I found my passion. And I aim to inspire as many of you as I possibly can to do the same thing, because it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Man, this fire feels so good. Oh man, not to mention it's really cool in the camera. all the light stuff on my face. Cool shot. Anyway, guys, I just really wanted to have a kind of a quick chat, a short video, just to tell you, as this year closes out, 2019, and turns into 2020, and we're starting to think about our New Year's resolutions, things you want to do for 2020. Get you thinking a little bit, decide what you want to do, man, and just go after it. I know most New Year's resolutions are a joke. Most people give up on them within the first couple months. But maybe just this once. Maybe just this once, at least. Think of something in your life that you want to do and go after it. You won't regret it. Regret it. So I know I've got big plans for this channel and this business and family and everything else come 2020, and I'm definitely going places, and I want you guys to come with us. I want all of you to come with us. I want you to change the game, man. Help Joe and I change the world. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to me tonight. I'm definitely going to do more of these because I have some things I want to talk about. Not necessarily in this video, but more like it, where I can just kind of talk to you guys about stuff I'm thinking about, and what's on my mind, kind of stuff. And I know Joe does too, so we'll definitely be getting a lot more of these videos out and building this channel for sure. So thanks so much for supporting us, guys. Of course, comment, like, subscribe as always. If you are interested in any sort of merchandise, you can go to UGUEBrothers.com. There's tons of stuff, man. I've been real busy. There's about 177 items on there, and more coming. Crazy stuff on the way, man. Be looking for giveaways and things like that coming up this year as well. So we're gonna do our best to start giving back to you guys as a thank you for everything you guys have done for us to help us get here. We really appreciate it, man. Words cannot even describe how much we appreciate it. You guys have been amazing. Over the last 3 years of us doing this, you guys have been wonderful. And I really, really appreciate all of you. You have no idea. So thank you. I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, a wonderful holiday, whatever you might celebrate. And I hope you have a fantastic New Year's. Really be thinking about what I said. Maybe not a resolution. Maybe 2020 is the year you start living life. Maybe 2020 is your new beginning. You never know.